Yes, we are. But you know it's not cool?
Black women, even cooler.
Oh, man. You said that a little too soon. I said, you know what's not cool?
Yeah.
Latino women, Latino men, set them free. You're all citizens.
No, we very hot.
I'd be the best president ever. I'd put vending machines in all the schools. Pizza Fridays. Oh, wait. Sorry. Not president of high school. I get it.
Hey, man, that's where you got to start
Schools
somewhere.
already had that.
The irony here is my dad
Education
was a
budget
carpenter.
would be larger than the defense budget. That is something that would be beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't have to. I would just, from now on, my defense is I will go fight whoever's starting trouble. Leader to leader. Mano a mano. Let's do that.
Out? Has anybody gone to the debt clock that's on the internet and how much we're in debt right now?
I hate to break it to you, dude. Money doesn't exist, and this is all a fucking lie.
We're
they're asking for $200 more
billion
dollars
in debt.
We don't have money. Where are we getting it?
I don't know where he's getting it. It's being embezzled somewhere.
No. All right, I got to turn this camera on. Time the fuck out. Where's this we shit with owing all this money? Because when we got to pay a car note, all America ain't in on it. So fuck this we shit. I didn't give that money out.
They take it out of our taxes.
I didn't loan that money out. I know you guys didn't. We nothing. Put that on the higher ups. Take it out of their pockets. Leave us alone.
And I hate to break it to all of you who are like, why are you talking about this on a podcast about a Jesus movie?
Oh, there's
kind
of
fits. Kind of fits.
Yeah.
You know what didn't fit? I'm getting started early. Fuck this shit.
Candy Christ.
Take that sip.
First of all, welcome to Horror Research 30, episode 590, The Carpenter's Son. You have your host, Sir Sturdy here. You have my co-host over there, Fade Theory. You got our favorite Latino, worst damn gamer ever, the professor, the man, the myth, the legend. Just turned 50.
I'm
he's
always
amazing still. But he's back.
Well,
happy birthday to Trevor. And we're happy that you're back.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Happy birthday, bud.
Thank you.
And then you have the half of the Godzilla and King Kong tandem with the man, the tall-ass myth and legend. He's a snob, but he's a scene snob.
Back again.
And he's from the great state of gorgeous New Jersey.
Hey, you can hate all you want. Let me tell you something.
Nobody's hating.
Jersey's the best. All right.
You saying nice things about Jersey for once. That's all. You said Jersey's the best. You couldn't even keep a straight face.
Listen, parts of Jersey. I am happy every day that I was born and raised in Jersey. Because I'm going to tell you something. I don't live there anymore, but I get to say that. And I don't care what anybody says. I feel like there's very few places you can be very truly proud that you grew up in because you survived it.
Do you still love it?
Like
I'll always have a special place in my heart for New Jersey. Okay. Every time I cringe inside just a little bit whenever somebody's like armpit of America. I'm like, you don't know Jersey. You need to eat the blueberries and shut the fuck up because Jersey's the best.
and White Castle.
I miss White Castle. You had to bring it up.
White Castle in New Jersey.
Yeah.
I had some good times in Jersey, though, because like I said, I had family there.
I don't care what anybody says. The first White Castle, which wasn't a White Castle. It was like before White Castle, it was like little white huts.
Caucasian Castle?
Burgers. There's little slider burgers. White Manna in Jersey City, New Jersey.
White Manna,
I think it's still there.
It's the original concept.
Well, they made a lot of them. There's some all over the country. Like that became a popular.
I don't know because White Castle used to be at one point that you actually could live there. There were dormitories for people, and that was part of the whole White Castle thing, getting people employed who can't be employed because of issues. And I'm sure they don't still do that, but that used to be the White Castle recipe for
God
how to
forbid
staff.
business owners actually gave a shit about.
Yeah, it was actually a legitimately good concept.
I think it's one of the only big, large, family-owned still restaurant chains or whatnot in the country.
I want I want a 30-pack of sliders. Let's do it.
Right.
Get the crate case.
Some chicken rings.
Split it with your friends. That was the place we went to late at night when we were like drinking and partying and shit. We were like, what's open at 6 o'clock in the morning? White Castle. You know, we'd order in the drive-thru and then we'd go sit in the back of our car and just hang out.
Nice. Oh man, so we're here tonight, and like I said, we're gonna be talking about the Carpenter'S son. Nicolas Cage was in this, and he was in this a lot. And I tried my best, man. I tried my best, but I said it in the group chat. With him playing the role he was playing, I couldn't take it serious at all. Like, I don't know if it's his overacting. I don't know if it's bad acting. It's not. I'm not even talking about my disdain for the guy. That's different. I'm talking about the actual movie right now. We're to get to that later. That's all the time. Fuck Nicolas Cage. See, but anyway, like I couldn't take him serious, and it took me out of it. Like even the roles where it seemed where you felt it was supposed to be emotional between him and his son, to where you may feel something. I felt fucking annoyed. I'm just like, oh my god, like it's not connecting, and it's not because I hate him. It's really not because I hate him. It's because it really was not connecting. He was not right for this role. He was not right for this role at all.
Poorly written.
I highly disagree, Sturdy.
That too. I feel like it was poorly written, but I just feel like he should have not even been around this fucking movie. But and then I'm seeing the credits after the movie's going off, and he fucking produced it too. Like,
oh, geez. God, another person.
Well, I'll give it to. Here's the thing. I'll give it to Nick Cage. He steps in on movies.
That he shouldn't.
No.
Stephen King.
He will get producing credit if on indie movies that he is the biggest star of. And the reason being is if he puts his name on as a producer, they're more likely to get more funding.
Yeah,
so I'll give him credit. There are actors who do that, and he has always been sort of one of them. That I've always heard that he does.
So why doesn't he just fund the fucking movie then? Or put your name down. Listen, put your name down as a producer, and then just sit your ass over to the side, just so help it get more funding. That's Christ-like. That'd be beautiful, unselfish thing. But then don't put your stupid ass in the whole fucking movie too. Now you're being like the devil. You're being selfish.
But a logical salary for the film, but probably also he's also approaching all of his, even the shittiest ones, with a percentage thing. If there gets anything, if these movies do a thing, trust me, he's getting probably like a 10% cut.
Oh, of course. Like when I say puts his name on producer, it's not altruistic. Like,
no, I mean, it's smart. I mean, it is, and he is a big name. And I'd say that, 3 out of 5 of his films are pretty damn good, if not excellent. But there's the other two.
I honestly think he did this movie, and this is a speculation for entertainment. I think he did this movie because who else is going to take this role? And I'm talking actors who can bring that type of, backing to it and things like that.
Okay,
this is a tough one where people probably wouldn't have wanted to touch it.
I would have to see a list of actors in front of me, but I'm not sure. But I was gonna say there's a lot of actors that could bring it that are a lower tier than him that I feel can bring it and knock the role out of the park. I can't think of names, unfortunately.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
But the question really is,
what
other actor could generally be described as
Joseph,
bipolar, cross-dressing boomer hippie as Joseph? I can't think of another actor.
Don't even get me started on this. Are we doing ratings first, or are we going into it?
Yeah, let's dive into our ratings. And James, you want to kick it off for us? So.
What was that? Bipolar what?
Bipolar, cross-dressing boomer hippie.
Okay.
I believe it.
I'm going to give this a 5.5.
Mick?
From Grandizer.
What's happening?
Yeah,
It was good.
You know what it is? I was until you said that, I was at a 6. I'm gonna stick with 6. It might go down or up. I'm not sure, but
yeah, I don't either. That's why I'm starting at 5.5.
And about the birthday gentleman, Trevor?
I'll go with a 4. And there's a lot of issues with this film, but there's also a lot of good ideas. that just don't come together.
Mhm.
But if done well, could be almost a whole new genre of exploitation cinema. It is based on the infancy Gospel of Thomas, which is part of the Apocrypha for the New Testament. That story in itself is so amazingly different because it only follows Jesus from like around like 8 to 12, and all of the it's fanfic, especially this particular part of the other gospels
Mhm.
is full up fanfic. So it's just trying to like fill in gaps here to make you feel like the person's more human. But the actual gospel does it in a much more playful way. This is like somebody read that and then did coke and then binged Eggers the Witch for 24 hours.
You're giving it way more credit, I think. Like I was watching this movie. My problem with this movie is, and to just go into problems, because there were things I really liked about it, and I'm not going to. First of all, the movie looked amazing.
I'll give it that.
Shot brilliantly, looks beautiful. There are issues in terms of certain shots where I'm like, it could have like that looked more like green screenish than anything. But to go into the stuff I did not like, I love Nick Cage. I'm on record of he's one of my favorites of all time.
Hang on, Nick, before you just let Being Gamer give our ratings really quick before you go in, because I'm about to agree with you. Besides the whole positive shit you're saying about him, but Gamer, what did you give this?
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
It was tough for me. I wanted to enjoy it, and the part I wanted to enjoy the most is the part that I hated the most about this movie. 4.
Okay, I get it.
Listen, I'm giving this movie a 1. My wife told me earlier she was giving this a 2, and she actually likes Nicolas Cage. I can't fucking stand him.
Wow, nothing redeemable about this movie for you?
The visuals.
That right there
Bad
gets
Lieutenant 2.
The visuals,
Snake
and I like
Eyes, Mandy.
The performances.
I didn't mind him.
Jupe, Noah Jupe, yeah. We might get in a little scuffles tonight because I'm going to defend him in this movie. I think he was the best actor in this. Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's all. There was the visuals and this kid here, Noah Jupe. Other than that,
then you had that one chick that looked like 11 from Stranger Things.
Well, she was playing Satan or Satan.
Yeah.
Which is in the Bible. It's the only time we actually really hear that.
As they say in Indonesia, Satan.
Well, they say it in the Bible.
Yes.
Satan, Satan is in the Bible. That's the only time you really get that portion. And that's why it's attributed to the devil. When in actuality, it's been speculated it could mean God. Anyway, I don't want to get into the whole that side of it. But the actors in this, there are some impressive actors, especially some Middle Eastern actors that are in it that really, I thought, brought it. They understood like kind of what they were going for. This was billed as a horror movie about Jesus, starring Nicolas Cage as Joseph. That's how they sold this movie. I would say this is more of a biblical, cerebral horror film. See, why don't I say like big words, James? Because I can't talk. I'm an idiot. I write. So we were talking about it earlier, but this movie for me, like the things I didn't like about it. One, as much as I love Nick Cage and I love him when he shows up, I liked him in Jiu-Jitsu. And that's a bold statement with that movie if you've ever seen it. But I liked his craziness he brought to it and who he was. He was miscast in a major way. I get that this as a stepfather and as a Catholic, a grown-up Catholic, and I don't practice, but I am faithful and spiritual. This is a movie that could have pushed so many boundaries and been really good, and it pulled its punches, and it gave us Joseph, who's supposed to be the main character, especially building out that first act. and in the franticness of trying to protect this child, and that he realizes is bigger than himself, and it's not even his child, but he's still in it. He's going to do it however he can and keep him safe for as long as he can, and just the internal turmoil between his faith and what is called upon him and everything else. Like that is heavy in a story. That is beautifully heavy in a story. And when I heard about this, I was like, I want that, but I know what Nick Cage is going to give me, because he's limited in that heaviness. This movie, you're going to get mad at this. This movie deserved an actor of a Shakespearean type. And I have an idea who would have been cool. Ian McKellen.
Is he the dude that played Gandalf or that played fucking Magneto?
Yeah.
I literally was thinking that when we was talking about it behind stage.
I don't think they would have ever done it because he's so much older and nobody likes to, even though Joseph was that much older than Mary. They wouldn't want to, maybe he's a little bit older. But they put it around 90 that he might have died. But anyway, regardless of all that, I felt like an actor like that in this movie. First of all, there's going to be some good rewrites. You're never going to get them for this level of movie. But this was a heavy enough subject where we could have had something really good, and the ball was just dropped. But there are things I do really like about it, and as we go that route, I'll talk about it.
No, I agree with you 100%. And again, like I said, it's not my hate for Nicolas Cage, and I agree with you when you said it should be that type of actor versus what we got, because it's going to tell the story so much more. It's going to make people want to pay attention to this more, want to really watch this, and maybe even watch it again. And maybe even put it in the discussion of one of the better horror movies that came out last year. Because the story, because if it's written better and replace him and maybe one or two other people, but the rest of the cast wasn't bad, especially for the roles that they had. It could have been a really at least a halfway decent movie in my opinion, because I think it sucked. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
What do you think about this? I'm gonna throw out another actor who's I think is a better actor, or has been a better actor in the past, but is on the same level as Cage now. Russell Crowe.
Yes,
that would have. Yeah, I could have seen Russell.
And
Crowe.
I mean, we've seen Russell Crowe not in this role here, but at least that religious horror. So he has that. He has that. You already have that comfortability with him playing that role. He has the look for the role. He has the sound for the role. And like I said, we've seen him in like
the priest.
It was more of like exorcism. It's more of like a priest / exorcism type of role. So exorcist, you know what I mean. So, I mean, I'm not saying it's the same, but you have the religious connection to it, and I think he could pull it off. I think he would pull it off really well, actually. And now I wish that happened.
I think Gerard Butler or the guy from, what's his name? Keith Urban from The Boys. I think they could have done a decent job, too.
Keith Urban. No, not Keith, only because he's somebody else. He's a singer or something. Carl Urban.
Carl Urban, yeah.
I was just watching Lord of the Rings, so it's like in my head. I'm not trying to correct you.
No, you're good.
Which Carl Urban would have been great. I like that pick.
He was still alive. Harry Dean Stanton.
I don't know that I could take Gerard Butler's Scottish accent as Joseph, though. Jesus, get over here.
Started on that guy.
Great now. Was it the How to Train Your Dragon movies? I love them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's the only thing. Otherwise, good actor, and he would have brought that gravitas heaviness to the role. But just that Scottish accent.
I was just thinking about him in like 300 and shit. You know what I mean?
But it was I get it. I absolutely do. But you know what it is? Like, I think this movie and Nicolas Cage's accent got to me. So like to me, I'm like, I'll take an old Shakespearean English type, but you give me much more. You give me an American.
Was that what he was trying to do? Like the accent?
He was
doing the same shit he always does.
Damn, Cage. Damn.
He does it. He does like he can't breathe when he's talking. He's like,
Bro, the scene after she rises and she's like, "Where's my child?" And he's like, "I'll find her." And he starts to like run off and then turns back. I was just like, just the way
I'm going to defend Nick for a little bit.
Okay, I need it.
I'm going to defend him just for a little bit because no, this is not the best role for him, but I do feel he brings his best or is directed in a way that didn't understand what he needed doing. And one of the things that is positive comes from the beginning of the film. And there are some very awkward silences, and there are elements of time in which you just see it, just a flat effect. But when Joseph, or the boy's father, has to take a job out of necessity, but doing something against his religion, you do see in him this idea of, oh my God, do I do what is good for my family, or do I do what is good for my strength and faith? And I think Cage does a pretty good job at that. But I don't think the director, Lotfi Nathan, I think is his name, is as good as, say, like, wonderful Cage film Pig, where he played a chef, where the director was really able to pull out the quietness, and little spurts. And I think that would have been better. Otherwise, he just comes off like a bipolar asshole most of the film. I mean, also the, like, oh yeah, you are the son of, Yahweh, and all that stuff, and the snake bite, and it just gets absurd, in my opinion. Is it a comedy? Is it not a comedy? Is it a horror film? Is it a exorcist? Oh,
but that's Nick Cage. Nick Cage makes you think
the Latin version of I Am Legion in just to be cool. But
let's be serious. Nick Cage, to me, has not been an actor that you put in a weighted part for about 20-25 years. No. I will never take away, like, The Weatherman, The Family Man, like things like that, like dramas that he really brought a good. He still had his quirks, but he brought a good characterization to each role. I really enjoyed him in those. But for a long time now, he has been not phoning it in. He brings his A game, in my opinion. I know Sturdy is way against that, but he brings his A game. But for me, it's not like, you're gonna laugh when he's on screen, even if it's a drama. You're gonna he's gonna do something to make you chuckle. And when I'm watching a story about Jesus having to fight the devil at 12 years old, and what that internal turmoil does to his father, as in Joseph, I don't want that. I don't want to laugh. I want to take this seriously. And every part without him, I could.
Mm-hmm.
Even FKA Twigs, who isn't blowing down like doors with her performance, gave I think a good motherly, subdued performance that worked.
Adequately subtle. Yeah,
I would go above adequate. Personally, like, it's not great. Definitely agree with subtle. But I think for her level and what she brought to it, and the fact that I saw her in The Crow and she did much better in this, I didn't mind her. Noah Jupe.
Oh God, this was better than her in The Crow.
What?
I said, oh God, this was her better than her in The Crow.
Well, The Crow remake.
Public service announcement.
Yeah, the remake. She was worse in that.
Well, that movie was just bad.
Yes. As I said, it's a public service announcement telling everyone watching right now, if you have not watched the remake of The Crow, save yourself the pain and don't.
I get
the original.
See,
the original is awesome.
I can't say that only because I feel like every movie is important, no matter how I feel about it. So if you watch it, hey, don't blame us. But if you watch it and enjoy it, thank us. Hey, thank you guys. I was meaning to watch this movie, and you guys brought it up again. Thank you guys so much, and you should definitely subscribe if you love or hate The Crow.
Grandizer brought up Lord of War, which I think is his best acting.
He is very good in that.
I never seen that one.
That's a great movie.
Excellent.
And it's his most subdued acting too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that, like, this movie, just like, it could have been. I think it would have been talked about way more in a positive light if Nick Cage wasn't in it, even though it got talked about a lot because he's in it.
But it would have been more conversations though. Like as of right now, like listen, you should go check this movie out because of boom, 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 and this and the story. And people like, yes, it's religious, but it's not overly religious to where people that aren't religious or that not even that aren't religious, but to where they're just uncomfortable with religion. I'll say that more. So you're not gonna be you wouldn't be uncomfortable with this movie, not to do it with this, but his acting takes
Turning
a lot
Point
away.
was not going to be sponsoring this film. Let's put it that way.
They should because they're the fucking devil.
Like when he has like the heart to heart, and like I said, those one-on-one conversations with his son. You can't take it serious to where you're just like, holy shit. Like I feel like to the point where you're like, I feel for the father or I feel for the son. I didn't feel shit. I really did not. And it was just because that performance and with all that bullshit, it took away from the fucking movie. Like, and as funny as it is, I'm being dead serious. And you guys, I know you guys love Nicolas Cage or at least like him. I don't. But you have to admit that bullshit just took away from the movie. It made it feel kind of cartoony. And I'm disappointed because I really did want to like this movie. I really did want to like this movie because I'm like, I like these type of movies. It's a little different. I enjoy the religious horror. I enjoy all horror in general. I can find any genre of something I enjoy. But to where I'm like, these are the type of movies right here to where I feel, I mean, you can say it's about every single movie, but I feel like in the horror genre, you can get away with a little silly shit with, or not a deep story with like a slasher, for example. But with this type of movie right here, with this something like this right here, you want a really good story that's really gonna grab your attention, and then the acting to pull it off, and of course the story be the writing, so that that all that to match. Like if put it this way, if it was the acting, which I'm talking about the head actor Nicolas Cage, and the script was as good as the cinematography in this movie, for the most part, this would have been a really good movie. This would have probably been like a 7 or an 8 for me. But because it's the complete opposite of that.
I didn't mind the script. I did not mind the script. I thought this was an interesting. It could have been tweaked. I mean, some things could have been in and out. I like the idea of Lilith, and like he was like falling for her, and then he had to save her from possession. I liked the internal. Like, listen, I love The Last Temptation of Christ. So I feel like
it's one of the greatest films ever made.
And I also like not just that, but like what was the other one he did? They did with about Jesus in the desert. It's like a smaller film, but
Are you talking about Pasolini?
Might be.
Gospel of St. Michael?
I have to look it up. It's been a while. Like I don't even remember.
It's old school. It's back in like early 60s.
It has to be then because it is. I was thinking 50s, but I always liked the story. I always liked reading it in school too. So like understanding Jesus in that way and such. I know I don't talk about faith a lot. So like and growing up heavily in Catholicism, like I actually read the Bible, unlike some people who quote it. But do I remember it? Some things, most of the Jesus. I like the Beatitudes, but anyway, there's this aspect to this movie where they kind of like this interaction between him and the I can't remember the name of the devil, the girl. They're played off each other much like you would think in the desert.
Except for the mud wrestling. Sorry.
Fair. But I liked that aspect of it. But I like the aspect of it where they're not secluded talking to each other. She wants it out in the open. So like she came to him in public rather than the devil's greatest, trick and such, and out in the desert and the temptation. I really like that aspect. And I thought focusing on that, but injecting, well, not with Nick Cage, but getting a better Nick Cage and injecting more Joseph into that would have worked well. But I know I'm talking a lot, Grandizer. I'll shut up.
I got a question.
Okay.
With
Jesus
do you I don't know if it's really a question. Well, they had Jesus kill somebody in this movie.
Yeah. And I thought that added an element to it that was because basically Jesus is learning to control his powers. And I actually heard
curses children in the actual book.
Yeah.
So I think even in the infancy Gospel of Thomas, the actual one, he does do damage to a child. Well, as he learns what his power is.
it's more, it's not even like, I like the aspect of it, revisiting what that power is and the control of it, because when you read the Bible, it's more, it plays off more as like a child who is the son of God, and immense power, and he's learning, but he is human. These were the times that proved he was also human, and I liked that, him doing that as a child with all of this power. All right, I realize, and
and the Bible only talks about him at what age, 30 to like 36 or something like that, right? Or 33.
Well, yeah, we see him at 12 in the Bible, and then it goes 33. The lost books in between, like the stories and such. And you don't even know about Joseph dying. It's just sort of mentioned after the stories of Jesus. But to make a comparison to his killing, I'm going to take it to Man of Steel, which is funny because Superman was created by two Jewish writers who were trying to retell. They say, people now say Moses, that was the story of Jesus. In the first original Action Comics, his upbringing was supposed to be an allegory for Jesus and the Jewish Messiah coming to save. That's why he has the brown eyes. He has the dark hair. He was supposed to be, during a time when Jews were being persecuted in Nazi Germany and in Poland and all over because of ghettos. They created the Superman as a sort of Messiah figure to inspire hope. Anyway, going back to Man of Steel, a lot of people hate when he kills Zod at the end, right?
Yeah.
To me, this was a Superman origin story. So when he killed Zod, that taught him not to kill. Just telling a man with that much power, you can't kill, you shouldn't kill, like that makes sense. And Jonathan and Martha Kent instilling in that in him, but his power would have made it that he at some point would have, and to kill somebody, one of the last people from your home planet, I felt added a weight to it that, of course, they fucked it up in the rest, but of course he is so disheartened after he did that act. He never wants to kill again. He set his rule in that moment. To me, this was Jesus's setting his rule in that moment, and realizing how much power he wields and how much human life is delicate.
Oh, there's so much potential in this movie. One of the things I hate to say it because it seems almost cliched, but one of the things I didn't care about, and I could tell within the first 15 minutes, is the writer director. They were trying really hard to make an art film, but they also wanted to make a gory horror film. And there are two things you just cannot do. And one of them is to on purpose make an art film. And number two, on purpose make a bad movie that is enjoyable. Those two things you can't do on purpose. And I think that's kind of why this falls flat on its face. And it's not bad enough or good enough to really resonate beyond like one showing.
Agreed. One showing, maybe like one conversation.
Yeah.
It's and as much as I do not like this movie at all. I gave it a 1. I still won't tell you not to watch it. I'll say watch at your own risk. This is one of those movies to watch at your own risk.
Yeah.
Sturdy definitely would not rewind this. This is one of those movies I'd bring back. Oh shit, I didn't even mean to get this. Let me go bring it right back real quick. Yo, listen, Tony, I've been coming here for 15 years. Let me just swap this movie out. I know I did it last week, but I fucked up bad. That's what this is.
Just remember, if you stop screaming, you come back in the house.
Well,
yeah,
I
said that to my wife yesterday.
Oh God. Well, to Grandizer's point, yes. First off, what is it? The musical that you had mentioned, Jesus Christ Superstar. Yes, I do love that musical as well. Not necessarily the movie, but I do like the movie though. Don't get me wrong, but I've seen stage plays I really like. So yes, greatest story I ever told. I do love that movie too. I have seen that. But no, I think what Trevor's talking about sounds familiar. I have to look into it a little bit more. I was not thinking about that movie, A Great Story Ever Told, but it is a good one. I do like it.
Okay. The
And
one that I
will
was
not
thinking about
answer-
was an Italian take.
Yeah, no,
Pier Paolo Pasolini, which is great.
that's what I'm seeing in my head. It's been a
Uh-huh.
long time. Like, dude, I'm flooded with a lot of old movies right now.
I understand.
I'm trying to find the
Totally.
next script. But I will say I'm not talking about any more Superman stuff until we start on Popcorn and Pints, so you're gonna have to watch and ask then. I will not be speaking on Superman or Batman until we do our watch on that. I just wanted to make the comparison.
On Popcorn and Pints, which I hope you guys are ready for that, because that's going to be a fun time doing that.
Wow.
I can't wait for, like, honestly, just speaking on that really quick, that's something I've been wanting to do for years. And I'm someone, I love watching franchises, but I'm like, between doing all these shows and shit, it gets hard at times. So I'm like, fuck it, we have podcasts. Guys, listen, let's review this franchise and this franchise. And it just happens to be Batman versus Superman, which I could be wrong when I say this, but in my opinion, are probably the most, not favorite, but the most popular comic book heroes out there.
I'd say Spider-Man is probably more popular than Superman.
What about from our time? All right, you know what? DC characters
those
for sure.
three, I would say, are the most popular from our time.
Okay, I'll say DC characters for sure. Batman and Superman.
DC, yeah. They're the top.
I mean, there's a lot of people that only know of Batman and Superman, and maybe Robin as, you know, DC characters or whatever, as far as good guys.
You like those legs, don't you?
To do this clash of movies together, which yes, we have to suffer through the bat nipples, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, that bullshit again.
Nope.
But we're gonna have a great time. Overall, we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna have a great cast. And we got some fun things lined up.
I'll save my rants for.
We got some fun things lined up. Oh, I'm saving my rants too. I'm just saying. I just can't wait to, because like all the Batman movies I've seen, well, besides like the older ones, all the Superman movies I have not. There's a lot of Superman I have not seen, so I'm finally getting to see those in a couple of months. You guys need to be there at 8:00 every Saturday on Popcorn and Pints.
He was a 34-year-old. No.
Listen, we'll get there. We'll get there.
And to answer your question, we are doing the Supergirl movies from '84 and the new one.
Oh, wow!
The end of the Batman Superman.
At the end of that whole.
That's the culmination.
Thing. Yes.
Wow.
Which, as you guys know, you get a double feature when you come over to Popcorn and Pints on Saturdays. Yes, a double feature.
So it's Batman versus Superman. It's gonna be fun.
But that's a little bit down the road. We got just excited because of the Jesus.
Are we? Can I ask you one question about that though? Are we going to pick our favorite out of each week?
I feel like we almost have to.
I can't do that for the first week. Superman 78 and Batman 89.
Oh,
well, no, that's the second week because we're doing Batman and Batman 66.
Yep. But still, I mean, we got to do it. We got to do it. It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun because what I want to see, because you said Batman 3 and 4, or not Batman, sorry. When we get to the Batman Forever and Batman vs. Robin, you said those ones, that Superman ones that line up with that are pretty
Superman
bad.
3 and Superman 4.
So that bunch, I'm only excited for that's my most excited episode as of right now. That'll probably change once we watch the good ones that we actually like and have great conversations. But I'm just talking about as far as the nonsense that's gonna be going on during those two episodes, because it's like, okay, which one of these, because we have to pick which one was better.
Well, let me tell you, out of weeks 3 and 4, I won't say it, but I'm gonna just edge out and say the one with Richard Pryor and the one with Gene Hackman beat that stupid bat nipple 34-year-old Robin one.
See, but again, we'll get there.
Only good thing that come out of Batman Forever were those cups. You know the ones I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Burger King, the icy ones.
No, the McDonald's ones, you son of a bitch.
Oh,
the Burger King one was Batman and Robin.
My bad. They were McDonald's.
Kiss from a Rose. Got that too.
Oh my God.
That's
Dr. Chase Meridian, man.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
probably gonna watch this friggin' thing one more time. I'm gonna try to watch it because hopefully I'll be less distracted by the fact of Nick Cage's abominable performance.
You're gonna watch it again, and you're gonna go and have a conversation with somebody you know that's really religious, aren't you?
Pay attention and watch for all the different imagery and stuff. Like the one that's above Sturdy right now, that's behind him and stuff like that. Like that moment was a big moment too, because that was him just after or just before he had that realization point where he made that the line, hey, we don't cross this no more. At first it was, oh snap, no, I'll judge. You know what I mean? And then look, you got the cross next to him
judge.
and everything like that. Like there's all these different things. So I'll go back and I'll watch it again for shit like that. But
another beautiful part about
Nick Cage.
When he kills
my favorite scenes in this movie was when they were at that location where people are chained to the wall.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. I like that scene was so dark. Like the color and everything went with it. It was like a dark, like goddamn, it's like Dante's Inferno, like fucking they're in hell or something, you know? It's like crazy.
And again, like that's I wish it was like Mick was saying how it was like more with him and Satan, like more with that and more with this kind of imagery and that kind of storytelling. I think it would have done better telling the story. I think it would have done better as far as being considered a horror film. I'm not saying it's not, but you could feel it and see it more. I think it would have done better in the conversation. I think it would have done better as a movie. And again, take Nicolas Cage's ass out of this movie and put someone else in here. Put someone else in here. And it doesn't even, I mean, let's just ignore the budget for now and what he brought to the budget. Fuck that. Because what he brought to this movie was fucking terrible. But it could be a lesser known actor, just someone that can just take over that role. Just take that role the fuck over when they need to. Because then it's like, it's one of those roles to where I feel, not to take shine away from him at all, but it's one of those roles where it's like, I can't wait to see him back on screen, or I can't wait to see these two on screen together more. But you're like, I can't wait for Nicholas, and again, not because of my hate, not because of my bias or anything. It's legit. The acting, the way he acts in this fucking movie does not fucking work at all. And if you say it does, you're lying to yourself.
Don't listen to Sturdy.
It seem like it's
that comes with bias. You can listen to me, who has always triumphed and trumpeted Nicolas Cage's performances. He was miscast in this.
Yes.
Exact, which means
I'm not going to let you slander that man.
That's not
slander.
It's something with people who are
love
like,
Con Air.
He gave us Peggy Sue Got Married.
Raising Arizona in a theater, but I remember watching Raising Arizona, and to this day, it was such an important film, and he was so damn funny in it. I can't not find really good qualities in him.
This is like a hand job with a sandpaper condom, Mick. That's not something you forgive.
Fuck, that's not that bad.
Yes, it is.
No, seriously, it feels really good if you give it a shot.
This performance was bad. This was just like, what the fuck? No, I don't ever want to see this again.
It was bad. It was bad, but
it was awful.
Was it worse than City of Angels?
Now, if you had put a joint in his hand,
what's the one? The
scene,
angel
it
one,
would have made a lot
Angel.
more sense.
Oh, all right, City of Angels. I was thinking of something different. I was like,
the horrible remake of Wings of Desire. Don't bring that shit up.
First of all, Meg Ryan, you calm down. She was America's sweetheart. And Andy Sipowicz as an angel.
We weren't talking about him, any of them though.
Pirates by the Goo Goo Dolls.
I think it's kind of ironic that
horrible remake of an amazing film.
I think it's kind of ironic that you said he's one of the people who put their name on things to help it get notoriety and get some motion and momentum out there. Yet he's the person who changed his name to make sure that wasn't how he got to stardom or made his way up. You know what I mean? It's kind of a little backwards.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to. Lord, give me the strength. I'm going to say
wait. Jesus or this Jeebus kid?
I'm going to say something nice about Nicolas Cage, guys. What Gamer just said there, I do respect that. Because if he's just like, you know what? I don't want my name to be, the reason why I get where I can get. Yeah. I respect that. But then on the family side of it, his uncle is probably just like, yo, look, listen, man. I've seen you act. Change your fucking name.
Dude, yeah, you never noticed he never showed up in a couple of movies.
Matter of fact, here's some money. I'm gonna tell you a few people that we know each other. Just don't tell them we're related till later on.
Two things that I think Sturdy, you'll appreciate this. He came about the name Nick Cage because he loved Luke Cage comics growing up. Yeah. And two, to you, Grandizer, you are going to have to watch that episode because I have a story about that scene.
So you mean to tell me that he had to
say you steal from the black man? Say steal from the black man.
Colonize Cage is what he had to do.
Bitch.
He had to colonize Cage. Colonize Cage. This is just getting better and better.
So let me ask you.
But no, that's cool. That's cool that he's a fan of Luke Cage. I'm not mad at that. I don't give a shit about that. But I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I'm gonna say my jokes and all that. And he colonized Cage. and he messed this movie up.
So are we not allowed to like enjoy anything that is produced by the black community and culture?
Oh, of course you are.
Then we can't like frame identity parts of us around it.
As long as it's not the penis.
Well, no, I mean nobody's gonna measure that.
But no, like,
although there is an amazing amount of phallic imagery in this film.
Yeah, there really is.
Yeah,
with
the wooden
that question,
snake,
though, Mick,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, with that question though, Mick, I would say, if you're giving, and this goes to anybody, I don't care what race, what color you are, give the person before you credit that you're borrowing from or you're inspired by. Don't pull it as your own. Because everybody does that. If every single fucking color pretends that they made it up, you didn't.
I may be wrong, but I'm going to say this. I think hip hop and the culture of hip hop and how it is spread all over the world. And I will not say colonized by the world. I maybe too much. Like calm down a little bit, but like not the actual hip hop culture. White kids. I mean, so I mean, everybody did not want that to be successful. And look where it is now. It is a culture.
You know why? Because it's the most accepting.
What?
Because it's the most accepting. As far as music goes, I feel like it's the most accepting.
Yeah, but I mean, like now there's like
it's cool as shit though. Like, I mean, from we were growing up as kids, you've seen the commercials with the hip hop influence. I mean, what was it? The 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, the rapping grannies and damn near every fucking movie for a while. And
I'm not saying that.
But it's a part of that though. Like, I know it's all over the world, so where you see like other cultures that have their own version of hip hop, which I think is fucking amazing. Check out the Asian cultures; they fucking kill it. Like, I'm just like, I don't know what he's saying. I'm like, I don't know what he's saying, but he is spitting some bars right now.
Are you talking about K-pop songs?
No, not K-pop.
No.
Like, no, these dudes that are rapping.
Really?
Hip-hop,
They
like,
rap in
yeah.
K-pop. There's
Yeah, but no. It's more rugged and straight. It's not the pretty stuff.
Oh, okay. Send me a
Is it
song
in English or another language?
And if I can find something, I'll show you guys again.
Okay, I was just curious.
No, it's in another language. It's not in English.
No, I know. Yeah.
You know who colonized this movie?
Nicolas Cage. He just, oh my god, and like again, I'm not gonna lie and say I wasn't gonna come on here and hate, but
I can explain to my way of it, how I see him acting in this. So you know how the movie's dark undertone, like it's like supposed to be like dark. Every time he's in the scene, it's like someone turned a flashlight on, and it takes you out of the mood. Yeah. You're like, yo, turn the light off, you know. Because I did not like that.
I like that because you know what that you saying that, James, remind you. Remember when you were sitting around with your friends, you have all the lights off watching horror movies, and someone gets scared, pops like a light. Yo, turn that shit off, man. Yeah, turn that off. And that's that. Now I wonder how this movie would be with another actor in that role. Like seriously, another actor in that role to see how well this would have and fix up a little bit of the script. Maybe even make it a little bit darker.
Speaking of actors in this film, I just have to point out, I don't know the gentleman's name. He is a Greek actor. He's only done like maybe 7-8 films, but he plays the teacher.
Oh, yeah,
I have no idea, but this guy is Joaquin Phoenix after having sex with Jude Law on St. fucking Patrick's Day and makes no fucking sense. Sorry, I just had to say that. And also, I did find the scene with Joseph and Mary and her feet a little foot fetishy for its own good. So,
hey, Washington.
I know the biblical thing with that is just I
didn't get sexual as much as I got intimate. Like, and that was an intimate thing.
It was actually
watch it was a huge deal.
Again, it didn't seem intimate with him though. It just seemed like an old dude rubbing some young chick's feet.
Well, no. I don't mean intimate in a sexual nature. I mean,
no. I know. I mean, I know.
Nick Cage. I mean, he probably.
But I'm saying the way that it was portrayed in this movie was some old ass pervert rubbing some young chick's feet.
It makes sense. But it was an interesting way of
that's what it was.
Affection between them. I mean, it makes sense, but
you get somebody else in there, it'll seem better and look better, and you'll get a better feel of it as well. Again,
I'm not trying to.
There's
be
a lot of
anything.
Nick Cage you couldn't take truly seriously. It's like I said,
I'm not trying to be
cross-dressing boomer hippie.
I'm not trying to be a dick to fucking Joseph or anything, but this needs to be said. The dude was like in his 60s and she was 14.
Yeah.
I don't care what age of time that
Dean
was.
Stockwell,
it's
if he was
wrong.
alive, would have been good too.
Cool. Yeah. And then God knocked her up.
Listen, that's probably the only part you guys read that are on the Epstein list in the Bible. You guys should have read more than just that part, and you guys wouldn't have been alive.
That's the only part the guys in the Epstein list took out of the Bible.
Epstein Island.
Jesus.
But
Did you just say Epstein was in the Epstein list?
No. This is the only part of the. I said this is the only part of the Bible that they paid attention to in the Epstein.
Yeah.
Anybody on the Epstein.
This is their.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, Grandozer.
Oh man, okay. Let pull something positive from the movie. Besides the cinematography,
Noah Jupe, in my opinion.
Noah Jupe. That's all I got right now, I think.
I like the beginning.
Very good intentions.
I like yeah, I agree with that too. I like the beginning. I like the when they have to migrate because they're killing the babies, the firstborns.
Mm-hmm.
Not the firstborns. That's Passover. This is they're killing any baby born within the that time frame. Fucking wild, and it gets dark. They throw them in a fire, it's. I'm not applauding that, but that was like where they were like, we're not gonna pull punches, and it's like, but the rest of the movie you do. Like what?
Yeah, no. You kill a baby right in the beginning, and you don't do nothing crazy during the rest of the movie. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the baby bonfire. That was.
And you couldn't even fucking
high point.
Like that's so wild, man, and it's so true. That happened.
As I said, it's a film of great intentions.
Yeah, agreed.
And I think maybe it had great intentions, but bit off way more than it could chew. And I still think it comes down to the fact that if you look at the 7 to 8 production credits on this film, way too many hands and too many pots for an auteur-esque, written by, directed by film.
Aaron, bring my score down to 4.5.
4.5.
Yeah, okay. I didn't like it. Was it was manageable. There's some cool scenes, but it's not. I can't just say, "Oh, it's okay."
I'm gonna keep it as a 6.
All right. Everybody cool with their scores right now for this movie?
Yep.
Anybody have anything else they want to say about this movie?
I have another full review. You can go watch that. I have Aaron now.
I can't see nothing's popping out except for, like I said, the scene I like is when everybody's chained to the wall and everything. Everything. Oh, okay. There's a couple people can deep throat snakes. That's all I can say in this.
I mean, it definitely touches upon some homoerotica in there.
Oh yeah,
that's your takeaway, dude.
Yeah, that's the first thing I noticed. It happened once, it was fine, but when it did it again, I was like, "Well, that's number 2. They're popular."
Damn. Well, James, we knew James would pull something from this.
Well, one of them was Satan. Got the snake pulled out.
But now it is time to jump on over to the weekly rentals. See what everybody got from Sturdy Video this week.
I had 0.
Yeah, James, he was busy doing James things over the week. There you go. I guess that's James things. So we're gonna get off with the birthday gentleman, Professor T, and his films.
Cool.
And let's go. Hang on, let me do something real quick. Actually, let's do this. Nope, wrong one. Boom.
All right. Nice. So we'll start things off with blaxploitation film that I think was like 74, called The Black Six, which I don't remember the name of the individuals. None of them really did any more films, but almost all of the Black Six are football players, and when they're put on screen, it tells you exactly what team they're actually from. But they're a biker gang after Vietnam, and one of their a friend of theirs had his brother killed by a neo-Nazi biker gang, and that's pretty much the sum of the film. And then there's a whole bunch of ass kicking, and it's set up for a sequel that is like The Love Boat in hell. But it's a fun blaxploitation film.
Nice.
If you're a completist, I'd recommend it.
Nice.
So, At the Earth's Core. This was the 1976 Amicus. Amicus was like the little brother of Hammer in the world of horror. Starred Peter Cushing. Of course, it's based on the work by Edgar Rice Burroughs. Very kid-oriented, but really beautiful sets and some of the worst suitmation you will ever see. Can I really recommend it? Unless you're a Cushing head, not a lot. But if you love Peter Cushing and you just have to see it, it's worth seeing.
1,000% I'm seeing this.
Yeah. So we have here.
You spoke to me on this. Oh, Stolen Face, man.
Wait, so
It's
Stolen Face is amazing. So this is Stolen Face is an early Hammer film, and it also marks one of their first forays into the concept of the supernatural. Now, this film came out in 1952. That is 8 years before Eyes Without a Face. This film is about a high-end plastic surgeon who falls madly in love with a woman, but never really gets up the ability to communicate it, and decides that he's good enough that he takes a female prisoner on death row and decides to make her a replica of the woman he loves. Now, this veers definitely into the world of science fiction, but also has one major issue, which also Four-Sided Triangle has, is the female characters are way too okay about this happening. But no, I highly recommend it. It's an amazing film, and it does predate Eyes Without a Face by 8 years.
I seen that movie before.
Oh, Eyes Without a Face is beautiful, but this is great. And then Four-Sided Triangle is the first full-on foray to the fantastic and science fiction for Hammer. Yet again, this is three people who are raised together, crazy intelligent. The two guys are like brothers. They go to school together. They develop this replicator or reproducer. And the reproducer literally is you put something into one part, and based on all this atomic stuff and everything, you make an exact copy. So it's about the enthusiasm and all this, but it goes bad real quick because they never think about, well, what are the harmful things that could happen with something that could just completely remake weapons, could remake drugs, could do all these things like that. Well, that of course starts a little bit of discourse, but I think it's actually Robin of the two. Robin marries Lena, who is the girl in the threesome. So Bill, who is a really, really smart guy, gets really depressed and convinces Lena to get into the reproducer and make a second version of her. This goes horribly wrong. Yet again, a really wonderful film, but you want to take Lena and smack her around the face because she thought this was a good idea. But no, two amazing early Hammer films that I cannot recommend more, but I have to say, really bad choices by female protagonists in both films.
One question for you, Trevor. This is for all four movies. Are any of them worth the late fees, though?
Oh, definitely Stolen Face and Four-Sided Triangle.
Nice.
I'd argue the Black Six.
Well, Black Six, I was
It's a
going to
fun
say,
one.
if you are a fan of blaxploitation and biker films, or it is a definite one for completists.
And Mean Joe Green, baby.
I mean, for you, I know when I asked, I mean for you personally, for you, would these movies be worth?
Were it. That was going to be my third one. Was actually Black Six. So yeah, and At the Earth's Core is fun, but it's not memorable.
That's fair. That's fair. And Mick, you are up next, good sir.
Sweet.
Boom.
You know, it's funny. Grandizer had mentioned Making Love. That was almost one of my picks for Popcorn and Pints when I was going to go with craziness. But my picks, I gave you the new ones I watched. I'm going to start in reverse. Louis Theroux, Inside the Manosphere, making a lot of waves right now because it really exposes a lot of those Manosphere type of content. I'd say creators, but they're idiots. Who just, and I don't care. I don't care what you get mad about with this shit. You can kiss my ass. So the Manosphere guys, or losers as I like to call them, really get exposed here by Louis Theroux, who is also part of the Jimmy Savile expose, exposing him. And it's an interesting one. It really is. It's a deep dive into what these idiots are all about, which is nothing. They're just hollow, soulless human beings who really need to grow the fuck up and stop get out of their mother's wombs and get out there and actually become positive members of society. But anyway, to the next one, I will say these are what? Oh
shit, my fault. My fault. Listen, hey.
I'll go with Undertone because I want to talk about bird names last. The Undertone's a new horror movie that just came out. It's podcaster. They do creepy podcasts where they listen to recordings of hauntings and such, and then sort of like discern it for themselves whether it's real or not. And the young lady who's on the podcast just moved in to take care of her mother, and she is experiencing a lot of the things that she's hearing in the creepy recordings. I'm going to do a full review on this, but a Sturdy exclusive. Don't watch it. No, it's just, you can watch it if you want, but it is terrible. It's not going to get a good review from me, and I will go more in depth on those. The next one, though, Slanted, might be my favorite horror movie of the year so far.
You told me about this, and I want to watch this.
We were talking about cerebral films. This is a very cerebral film that is going to make you think, not just during, but afterwards. And I love movies that do that. And it's well acted. It's got a lot of good stuff. I'm going to go into all the stuff I really like about it, and why it's one of my favorites, and stuff that I had issues with. But I definitely think go support that one. That one was fantastic. So Slanted is a good one. It's about a young Asian girl who really wants to be prom queen, but only blonde hair, blue-eyed girls get it. The white girls get it. And so she goes to get a medical procedure done where it doesn't just like whiten skin. It's not like the Michael Jackson, whatever he had done, where lighten the skin. She turns into a different person. Oh, wow. And it's unrecognizable. And that's the whole purpose of that sort of service is, if you want white privilege because you're dealing with a lot of racism, why don't you just join them? Sort of thing. It's it's a lot. It's topical. It brings up a lot of things to think about, and at times it's very heartbreaking and beautiful. So one of my favorites of the year. Sorry to gush on that so much, but I'll do a full review. You can go check that out. And the last one is a short film. So I have been getting into birding with my son. He's really into bird watching. He loves it. I've been getting into it with him, doing it. So we've been learning more and more. This is a new documentary that just came out last week. It's 22 minutes. It's on YouTube. You can watch it. And I can always send the link if you want it. But it's ornithological surveyors, also bird watchers, go out and they're looking for a bird called the Townsend warbler. And while they do that, it's one of the birds that's going to have its name changed soon, because Townsend was the one who discovered it or whatever, named it, was a slave owner and a piece of shit. So this is these birders going out there and talking about that, and how, because they are a different mix of races and orientations in it, and they talk about what it means to them to make the names more inclusive about birds. If you guys will hate it. Because I know you
like
guys.
it.
But if you no, and Trevor, you like everything, so I'd never it's not about you, buddy. And not, you know what I mean, like everything. You're willing to watch everything. So I do support short films, and I wanted to put this out there. If you have a short you would like me to review, I will do it with respect. I will do it constructively, and I will make sure that when I do it, I will never steer away from your movies or anything like that. Unless you straight up come with offense. Unless you throw something at my way that's like, we mean to offend. But if you want to throw your short films out to be reviewed, please do. This one was a good watch. If you're really into birding, I think you'll really like it. Sorry.
No, you're good. But no, what I do want to say about Slanted before we go on to Gamer next is just from what Mick was telling us earlier this week and in the group chat and all that other stuff, that may end up on the wheel, because that shit sounds very interesting, and it sounds like it'd be a really fun discussion, like more so than just watching it alone and whatever. Like, I would like to really have a discussion about that one, so that one may end up on the wheel. But Gamer, your turn, good sir.
What's happening? All right, so I actually started out the week, I'm going to go from the other end. Just when I got done last week with our podcast, playing live on Pluto was Scream 1. So I had to sit there and start watching it because Scream 7's been making a rage. So I'm about to get down with Scream 7. So I'm starting to watch all the Screams. I will watch 7 after that. Scream, in case you don't know, it's about a bunch of high school kids with their dog that can talk, and they like snacks, and they're running around trying to figure out who's calling the home and is a masked murderer. They're trying to pull the mask off the murderer's head. I'm kidding. That is Scooby-Doo. This is by the horror great Wes Craven. If you don't know, he's done things like Hills Have Eyes and Nightmare on Elm Street. It stars Neve Campbell. It stars Courtney Cox. It stars David Arquette and a bunch of other good people in it that had very short-lived careers for some parts. But funny, it also starred the guy who played Shaggy in Scooby-Doo. Go figure. It's a good movie. It's a slasher movie. There's a premise going on where there's a killer on the loose, and he's calling the individual and playing a terrible, horrifying game with them. And there's a twist and turn, and there's a link to the past. Go watch it. For this one, I end up giving this one. I love Scream. I know I'm among the crazies of the majority of the people that are in the minorities of the people who actually like the franchise. I actually give Scream a 7.5, 8. Yeah, I'm going to go with 7.5 just because it's slightly dated, but I still do enjoy it. I feel like the series has gone in a decent direction and then lost its way and now is coming back. So if you're a fan of Scream, watch Scream 7, go check out part 1.
You're going to watch 7 and hate yourself.
Then I started watching Baki, the anime. We're hopping over to the other side. I reconnected with a cousin that I have not seen in many, many years. We were talking anime. I told him about Solo Leveling, as well as the car racing, drifting, Initial D, and MF Ghost. If you guys don't know and you're car fans, you're going to want to go check those out. But with Baki, Baki is basically a fighting, brawling anime. There's a few seasons on Netflix currently. They just brought it back out a couple of years ago. Netflix took it over, but it originally started in the 90s or whatnot. The comic book manga started in the 90s. It's all great old school style anime for the original first few seasons, and then it gets better and better and better. And I jumped in with the Netflix stuff and immediately said, oh, wait, there's this many more seasons. I went all the way back to the beginning. So I'm hooked already. So go check out Baki if you like brawler type animes. The animation style is good. It's brutal. There's fisticuffs. There's morality. There's battle between dad and son because the main character is the son of the strongest man alive. So there's a whole bunch of other things. And there are 7 or 8 seasons of this thing. So there's plenty of content and spin-offs for you to go enjoy and then throw yourself with.
Can I ask, because you said you compared it to Solo Leveling, is it like I watched Solo Leveling, I really enjoyed it. It is like that?
It honestly, it's not like Solo Leveling. It's more like this other anime that I watched that's called Windbreaker, where Windbreaker, there's factions of like teams that are fighters and they protect their town. This is more like there's levels to the game of fighting. And there's this like ringer in the mix that this kid is like 16 and he's fucking everybody up. Like he takes a few lickings, but at the same time, messing the shit up. And then there's this whole other convoluted story that comes in with other fighters from around the world and his dad, which he kind of knows some stories about but doesn't. And then finally, like through this whole series, he actually fights side by side with his dad.
Fucking Chris went from Baki is great to, but Mick, you should watch this instead.
That's Baki.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about Windbreaker.
Oh no,
no! That's what I'm saying. Windbreaker was the factions of the schools in the fighting.
I'm gonna check out Baki.
Worldwide type shit with different people and
it's like old style where everybody got muscle on muscle on muscle.
Yeah. Yeah. There's one dude that looks like Ronnie Coleman. Oh, in the newer ones, Muhammad Ali plays a role, and his son comes back and plays a role in the newer ones.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He finesses and fine tunes his foot style.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a good show.
And then I went down with the Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. This one stars a zombie girl, the Green Arrow, and a bunch of bunny rabbits on shells in the sewer with a squirrel. And they like pizza and donuts. No. If you don't know who the Ninja Turtles is, then obviously I just fucked your whole world up. It's about 4 turtles that got ooze on them. They live in the sewers with their dad who taught them fucking karate, ninjutsu. And they saved New York City. And their favorite snack is pizza. I wasn't lying about that one. But if you don't know about this one, go check it out. It does star Stephen Amell, who did play the Green Arrow in the DC Arrowverse and Flashverse there on CW. It stars Megan Fox. She was the zombie girl. She was in Jennifer's Body. And then there's a host of other people who play a bunch of the other turtles in the movie, which I don't know who they are except for the one big brolic dude that plays Reacher. He plays Raphael. That's the only thing I know. But I do love this. I love they bring Casey Jones in. This is not my favorite one from them. The first one in the series is my favorite. I give this one a 7. Yeah, I give this one a 7. I would give the other one an 8. But yeah, check it out. Worth the late fees if you like to stay up late and just watch action movies.
Can I just say that these set of like the 1990 version is my favorite, of course. But the first one of this, because this is the sequel to the 2014 version, that movie came out the day Robin Williams died.
Oh, wow.
And I was so heartbroken over Robin Williams. I went to the movies and just watched anything that was on. And it was the first one of this. And to add to why, because I know people are going to bitch and moan about your review and giving it a positive review about these movies, but I found something positive about that experience. And what it was is I sat in the theater heartbroken over Robin Williams by myself in Virginia on a cold, wet, rainy afternoon, and 4 kids with their mom were sitting behind me. And listening to them watch that movie made me realize why these movies are so special and they should continue, is because by the end, they were all like, let's go play Ninja Turtle. I want to be Raphael. And it brought me right back to childhood and doing it. And then that's why I have like a very big deal with like when people put down kids' movies and stuff. It's like, it's not realistic. And it's like, shut the fuck up. Right. Because there are kids out there who are inspired by these heroes, who are happy to watch these heroes, and they have a place. And I'm tired of cynical assholes who say that. So, Chris,
not even
moving in.
To add on,
we talked about this. It's getting harder and harder for kids to even be able to have an imagination because we just tell them sit down, shut up, and here's an iPad.
Nah, having an imagination is very important. But really quick, just to add on what you were saying though, Mick, for people to say that this movie's stupid, it's too kiddie, or it's not realistic. A lot of the shit that we watch is not realistic. So shut the fuck up when it comes to that. That's one.
And it's a superhero movie too.
Yeah, like, Avengers. Like if anybody that watches Avengers said that to a child, take your hand, whatever you hit hard with, and smack yourself twice.
You know who says Avengers is more realistic and Ninja Turtles isn't? Are the guys, the manosphere guys who work out and they think because they work out in the gym and they're ripped that they could be Captain America or they could be that, and like they could live this because they're at the peak, and then they rip into like the Ninja Turtles, like arguably like from an adult perspective, they are shitty movies, but from the heart of a kid perspective and having watched them again with my kids, they're fun and they have a place, and that's what we need to remember, and we got to stop being so cynical about
Listen, here's what I say to those type of guys. one thing that they'll have in common with the Ninja Turtles is that they're going to get an ooze on them, just not going to be green ooze. It's not going to make them masters.
Damn.
Gators.
But with that being said,
I got
Gamer,
last one.
What is your last one?
And then The Long Shot. It actually stars me and an old college friend of mine who became a political superstar. No.
Dude, I get called Seth Rogen on every live I do. You can't take that from me. No, and they call me like stupid Seth Rogen too. They don't even call me like. I'm just like, oh. I can't even have the talent too.
I really have fun with The Long Shot. It's kind of a cool story. Kind of an everyday man, geeky kind of stoner guy. Has a friend who is a very high and powerful political figure. She is with him for a while throughout her journey on her campaign, I guess you can say. She's dealing with some things while she's keeping in mind she wants to run for further advancement in office. And they slowly kind of develop a love, and her role in her position, it's kind of inoptimal for their type of love, I guess you can say, because of optics and politics and all these other things. It's a good time. It had me chuckling at many times. Because it is Seth Rogen, I would say it probably helps a little bit if you indulge some. I did, and I was smiling the whole time, and it helped change my mood, and it was a great time. I gave it a 7.5. A solid week this week. I wouldn't say this one's worth the late fees, but definitely worth the watch and definitely worth some time.
All right. So I did watch. There's a movie. I only got 3 watches. One was a remake of the other film, which I'll get into. So I'm just gonna kick it off with Shudder and Shudder. And the one that's on the left came out in 2008. The one that's on the right came out in 2025. The one on the left, basically the same story. The one on the right took place in Korea. One on the left took place in Japan when 2 Americans moved to Japan. Basically a couple, they're driving. Like the husband's a photographer and the wife's driving, and she's talking, whatever, looking at her husband, and they hit somebody. It's like into an accident, like a hit and run. And from there, I don't want to give too much away because if you haven't seen it, the unraveling of it you may enjoy. So paranormal events happen that answer a lot of questions in the end as to why, things are going on throughout the whole film. Mm-hmm. Interesting concept. The one from 2025, I was not a big fan of at all, which of course was the remake, but it was the Korean, like 100% Korean in Korea, speaking the language, which I usually enjoyed the 100% more foreign version than the American version. But I feel because it was a remake, it wasn't as good. What I did find out, I forgot what I was on because I post, what I'm watching through. We're all over the place now. But on one of the posts that I posted them in, it might have been Tubi thingy. But anyway, besides the point, someone was like, they said this on the 08 version, like, this is actually a remake from 2004. I believe Thailand is the original. So I'm like, okay, now I just want to go and see that one to see if it's a little better than this one, because the 2025 one wasn't scary. Like, it was not that the other one was scary, but the elements that you would find scary from the other one, they kind of made it more silly. Like, if you watch them both, you'll see what I'm talking about. But I'll say neither one of them were worth the late fees at all. I did enjoy the one from 08 a lot better. I'll probably give that one if I had to give it a rating, maybe a 6. The other one maybe a 3 or 4. It wasn't terrible, but I'm like, it's one of those ones where it's I'm not gonna say not watch it, but again, it's just like, if you watch the 08 version, you don't have to watch this. But if you're someone who wants to watch all of them, then go for it, because I am going to go back and watch the 04 one. And then, of course, I dove back into Scrubs, guys.
There you go.
I was going to kick it off with season 10, but the wife said she wanted to watch the season, kick it off with, because she's never watched it before. She always said it was stupid. She's like, maybe she'll watch it now. But she doesn't understand the maturity of this show and our relationships, basically. Turk and Carla. Just Dominican Carla. I'm saying that out there. Or Dominican Carla in the show, Puerto Rican in real life. The wife is Puerto Rican. I know Chris understands what I'm talking about. I'm not getting in the middle of that. I don't even understand it. But anyway, I mean, Honestly, it's one of my favorite sitcoms of all time, and I like how with that show, even starting from season 1, you have the silliness, but you also have like to where I would say put the medicine in the candy to where when you need to hear a message or see a message or understand certain things in life and relationships and friendships, they throw that in there as well with a lot of comedy, but there's a lot of heart stuff in this stuff, which I really enjoy. If you've never seen Scrubs before, you're missing out. You need to go back and start from season 1, which I will say this, I'm such a big fan of this show, which I haven't watched in years, ignore that part, but I'm such a big fan of this show. Like, so I would buy the DVDs, and every time a new season came out, I would start from season 1 and just watch everything all the way through. So I'm doing that now, and I cannot wait to get to the last season of this series to to be caught up, which is going to take a while because it's one of those things you watch it with the wife. I don't feel like watching it. I'm going to watch it on my own and just go back and watch certain episodes with her because I've seen.
I'm going to do that with Ted right now.
But yeah, that's what I'm going to end up doing. And she doesn't watch the show, so she can't get mad. You got to tune in more. Just saying.
That's your show, though. I get it.
But such a great show. And it's I see a lot of my friendships in these characters and in certain with JD and Turk, and just a lot of back and forth and different mixes with even with this group here, friends that I grew up with, and I'm of course with the other Chris, Caucasian Chris, Stories from a Bar, with just a lot of just the silliness and the silly quirks and stuff, but also the heart-to-heart stuff that we actually need to have. We do that. We actually really do that. We're just not doctors. That's the only difference. We're podcasters instead of doctors.
I play one on TV.
I would. But yeah, that was my weekly rentals. And yes, listen, Scrubs is not only worth the late fees, it's worth just keeping. I'm just gonna say that straight 100%. Out. It's worth just keeping. You rent the first season, just deal with it.
Steal it. Return it again.
So you'll appreciate this then. You remember Scott Foley, who played Sean on the show, Elliot's boyfriend that JD hated?
Yeah.
But he was like the greatest guy. And every time he said something, JD would go, "Nobody cares, Sean."
Yeah.
Well, that actor, Scott Foley, can't post on social media. Like, he'll post like, "Hey, my daughter was born, blah, blah, blah." And everybody goes, "Nobody cares, Sean." It's still
I love it. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Like, I love when shows or movies, and this goes to like acting more so, unlike this movie here with Nicolas Cage, to jump it back, but to where there's a character in a movie or a show, and like you see that person, that actor, and you're like, oh, that like for Scrubs, that's Turk and JD forever. Dr. Cox, Turk and JD, and the rest. For this movie here, that's just Nicolas Cage. And I'm not trying to be any kind of way, but there's something about that though, to where it's like locked in. It's locked in. Alfonso Roberto, Fresh Prince, Carlton. You know what I mean? There's certain characters, and I think that's it may suck for them as far as work goes. But I think it's such an amazing thing as a fan of certain films, even on like Indiana Jones. Boom.
No.
But he has a few.
No.
He has a few.
Han Solo, sorry.
Jack Ryan, Han Solo.
But he has. That's not his only. I'm just saying he has a few.
No, you can't compare. No, I'm not going to let you compare Turk and JD to an icon.
No. I'm not saying. No. Listen, I understand there's levels. What I'm getting at is just like certain characters you see, certain actors you see, and it's like boom. Or you may think of Donald Faison's character. I don't remember his character's name, but from Clueless as well. So it's just kind of just bounce around like that. I know.
Yeah, that's more Freddy Krueger and Robert Englund. That's more Macaulay Collister and Home Alone.
So wrong, I love it.
Macaulay Culkin. You
tried to tie in the name of Kevin McAllister in there. I love it. I will say this to Grandizer: you should watch Scrubs. It was a very funny show. And Psych. I actually tell all of you,
I love
watch
Psych.
It's an amazing show.
Psych.
And it's honestly, you say Turk and JD. I think Sean and Gus from Psych are the best representation of friends, especially childhood friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I challenge anybody to watch it and see.
I mean, I'm not going to go against that, but the thing I will say, what is so cool about Turk and JD's on-screen friendship, they end up becoming real best friends in real life, which I think is just beautiful.
Oh, I love their friendship. I don't take it away, but I think they'd agree with me.
I don't know. Like I said, I've never seen that show. I will check it out.
Yeah, definitely check that one out. Psych is awesome. It's funny. It's
especially if you're a Scrubs fan.
Yeah, crime fighting.
Dude, he's he pretends to be a psychic and solves murders for the Santa Barbara Police Department.
It's because he's grown up. His dad taught him to look at everything and all the
Together.
That was a good one.
Together.
It wasn't great. It wasn't great, but I liked it.
I never heard of it.
Together.
Came out last year, right, Mac?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Dave Franco and Alison Brie.
Ooh, Alison Brie.
Dave
Beautiful woman.
Like, you perv. Like, we knew exactly what was on your mind in that moment.
Community. That's where I remember her from.
Who is she?
Alison Brie from Community. She was
yeah. Yeah.
Nice. That was another great show.
Yeah, I like that show too.
Oh my God, Community was great.
The weird Indian dude.
Yeah, him and Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
After he was off the
show,
quick tie-in though. They wrote a joke when on the 5th season when Donald Glover, Childish Gambino was leaving. He was only doing 6 episodes, and he had to deliver a line, and they wrote it specifically to fuck with him for leaving about Scrubs, and he's where they're talking about, well, you know, Scrubs always has a reinvention, just like the 9th season of Scrubs Med School, and Zach Braff only lasted about 5 episodes in that, and he quickly turns around and he goes, "Son of a bitch! All they've done for him." And the next episode was his last episode.
Oh shit, that's awesome. That's awesome. That show is so freaking funny.
Yeah, it is good.
It really is. That's why I'm saying I'm pushing Psych, because it's on that level. Anybody who likes those shows loves Psych.
It's like you take Scrubs and Monk and
and they're best friends in real life too, Sturdy. So that mirrors what you're saying. Like they came back for every movie. They hang out together. They're on each other's TV shows, and they legit became best friends.
Yeah,
and you know the other two, Maggie Lawson and James Rodriguez, almost got married. They were dating on the show.
Sure. Okay,
that's awesome.
Juliet and Sean. No,
that's awesome. But there you have it, though, people. I mean, another awesome, exciting episode of Horror vs. 30. The movie wasn't so great, but the podcast always is. And I hope you guys had a good time with us tonight. Grandize, I'm glad for you being here. Anybody else that was here with us tonight, I'm glad that you were all here. And I hope you have a great night. Make sure you guys check out Fade Theory. Make sure you guys check out Worst Damn Gamer Ever. Make sure you guys check out the Scene Snobs, which I know they're going to be live tomorrow night at 8:30.
Back again.
Be back here Saturday. Or sorry, yeah, be back here Saturday. Saturday we are got some Popcorn and Pints going on.
Stephen Curry.
Storm of the Century over on Popcorn and Pints. Make sure you guys are right over there. It's another 4-hour miniseries. I've never seen it. Mick has seen it
in the lab.
Maybe because I think the wife wants to watch all the Stephen King stuff.
Oh, I don't blame you.
I'll keep you posted.
All right.
So yes, be there, and then of course next week for Together With Us. Together With Us. We're close, but we didn't grow up together. Not saying we're not close, but definitely best friends in the office. I don't think
have
we're like
not grown up together, but they have been inside each other.
Nah, that was surgery.
Warm like apple pie.
Took out his appendix.
James is just like, I was knuckle deep.
But again, we're gonna have it. We're getting out of here. Grandizer, you two have a safe weekend. Hope to see you Saturday on Popcorn and Pints. I'll see you in your nightmares. Peace.